The final one that I wanted to mention
Yeah.
is what I think is a beautiful fact, that
Okay.
the fact that human beings, we seem to be designed in such a way where we have constant ambition. Okay. We always want more. It doesn't matter what you give us, we're going to want more. So if I make you rich, you're going to want to be richer. If I make you strong, you're going to want to be stronger. If I make you wise, you're going to want to be wiser. If I make you smart and intelligent with information, you're going to want more information, right? If I make you beautiful, you're going to want to be more beautiful. If I give you love, you're going to want more love, more kids, more family, more love. If I give you honor, you're going to be seek more honor. You want to do even something better with your life, right? So now you have to ask yourself, well, when does it stop? And the answer is it doesn't, right? And the Prophet described this and said, if the son of Adam was given a valley of gold, he'd want a second valley of gold. It never ends. So then the question is, okay, what I technically want is an infinite amount of wealth. So, and an infinite amount of wisdom, an infinite amount of power and strength and knowledge and beauty. I want an infinite amount. So we are hardwired, designed to want, essentially, Allah. Because Allah is Al-Ghani, the most rich. Allah is
Mm,
the all-knowing. Allah is Al-Hakim, all-wise. Allah is Al-Jameel, the most beautiful.
beautiful.
Allah Ta'ala is Al-Bar, the source of goodness itself. Allah is Al-Majid, the majestic. Al-Kareem, the most noble, the source of nobility itself. And the list goes on and on and on. So instead of being like the list you just read off, where you said, like, to be the atheist, you have to deny that you are, you have to deny your own consciousness. And then, do I make choices? You have to deny your own will. And do I make moral decisions? You have to deny morality. And with this universe, well, it came from nothing. So you have to deny the idea of an actual purpose or a start or a creator, or, instead of deny, I'm doing the opposite. I'm saying affirm. You know what you are, and
Mm,
oriented towards the infinite of all these good qualities. So Allah Ta'ala can be described infinitely. And that is, whether you like it or not, you are oriented towards that deity, that God. We're oriented towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Doesn't matter how, and by the way, this is true of the believer, this is true of the disbeliever, this is true of the atheist, this is true of the Muslim, of the Christian, we're all oriented to an infinite amount of love and beauty and strength and knowledge and wisdom. We always want more. Because ultimately your heart is calling out to God. We were created in paradise. Adam alayhi salam originally was from paradise, and that is where we belong. That is what we ultimately want, a place that has infinite possibility, where pleasure is infinite, where you can always keep getting more and more and more. Why else would we be designed as desiring an infinite amount and yet being limited to this planet, which has finite amounts of good? It seems like you could say that, oh, we're just an accident, and therefore I can't trust my brain, I can't trust my motivations, I can't trust anything. Okay, fine, then go lie down and die. What else do you want me to tell you? Or you can accept reality and accept what you are and why you were designed, and accept that you are ultimately aimed towards God. So why not just figure that out and learn how you can get closer to your Lord, and you one day die and be returned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I want to pick up a coffee cup, right, and start reading. Ambition. That's what, if you look up my YouTube, I have a khutbah on this topic, again, more detailed. It's called the argument of ambition, or ambition as evidence for God's existence, or something like that. I can't remember the exact wording, but yeah, it's about human desire and human ambition. It's a proof of God that we
right.
have been made. You basically have two choices. Either I choose to believe that I have been oriented towards a God that doesn't exist, and therefore I am just a faulty creature that was poorly designed, and that I'm headed towards nothing. Or you can say, no, I was designed well, with an infinite desire, because I'm ultimately desiring God. And so I should accept that reality. And that's why most people believe in God. I mean, like, that's the story of human nature. It's the story of human history, human life. And it always will be, because this is something that's in us. Inshallah ta'ala, we are all oriented towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we just have to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as best we can.
If this world was just like, atoms in motion, and it generates, or like, by chance, by fluke, by happenstance, it generates this human being, which has this intrinsic desire for the transcendent, and intrinsic desire also to worship, and also any of the material things cannot satisfy it. Like, for example, if a cat is hungry, a cat would have milk and it would satisfy his stomach. But our spiritual stomach, for example, never gets satisfied. We need more and more.
Yeah, life would essentially be one big cruel joke. It would be a forced labor camp where you are forced to work so you could live, ultimately to fail, because nobody lives forever. So you are forced to live with infinite desires that will never be fulfilled, because you live in a finite universe with finite resources. and you are forced to work to survive, which will ultimately fail, so you'll die. So it's just one big cruel joke, and you would have to say that it's all one big accident. To which I would say, no, that's nonsense. If you want to believe that, then the best thing to do would be to kill yourself. Really, I guess that would be the only conclusion. Just take your own life.
And
Yeah.
Something very random comes to my mind is, this is why maybe some atheistic religions, like for example Buddhism, they try to attack the desire only. Like, they say that, oh, you have desire, just forget your desire, just forget your desire. But not actually giving a complete solution of that desire, would be fulfilled in afterlife, instead of just attacking and saying just remove it.
Point it in the right direction. And there's not the most satisfying thing you could do is actually pursue worshiping your Lord with the hope that inshallah ta'ala, yes, Allah ta'ala will reward you and forgive you and enter you into paradise. This gives us the most satisfaction. And the best way to prove that is to actually go live around Muslims and see people who are trying to be the best version of themselves, trying to worship Allah ta'ala in the best way, and see if they appear to be on the truth or on falsehood. And I would say that the beautiful thing is that not only is the Quran convincing as a theoretical concept, like the words and the ideas in it, I think are beautiful, but then the application is the life of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, which had the best life. So then you say, okay, so the Quran is the theory, the application is the Prophet ﷺ, and you can learn about his history and see what he actually did as a man. And then you can see those who tried to follow him the best, are the Sahaba. We can see what their lifestyle was like. And even today in your life right now, you can see the Muslims who are the most practicing and see what happens when somebody tries to practice Islam, what type of impact it has, and then you can decide whether you think this is the truth or not. That's the second. And then the third thing you could do is actually apply yourself and then live the experience.